This tutorial is called Creating a River Using a Toposurface in Revit. I've already captured an image that I've inserted into this file that has been scaled to real world scale, and I've already created a toposurface that was created with four points, and the elevation for each of the points is 0 foot 0. So here is the scaled image. I'm going to look at it in wireframe just so you can see the whole thing. Okay, there it is in wireframe mode. Has a river that goes right down the middle of it. And I'm going to set it back to shaded mode. So SD. Oh wait, let's set it back to shaded. Oh, it's SD. Let's do hidden line. HL. So it's in hidden line mode. There's my topo surface. My topo surface has 4 points and they're all 0 elevation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify the topo surface so that it has the topography of the river. Now what that means is it's going to show the land of the river, but not the water. The water would have to be a separate element. So you wouldn't see any, you're not going to see any water. All you're going to see is the landform. So you're going to see elevation changes. To do this, I need to edit my topo surface, and I have to define the edges of the river. The edges of the river, the elevation at the edge of the river is going to be 0 elevation, just like the rest of the topo surface. So I'm going to place points that follow the edge of the river. So to do that, I have to click on my topo surface, then start the edit surface command. Click on the place point button, make sure it says 0, 0. I'm going to change it to wireframe so I can actually see the river. And I'm going to click on points. Put one right at the edge here of the topo surface right there. And then I'm going to just generally kind of follow the edge of the river. And I can come back and modify these later if they're not in the correct position, and I can add more or delete points if I need to. So put one at the edge, and I'm going to do it on the other side too. So just put it right there, then follow the edge of the river. And I'll put it back to shaded mode or hidden line in a second. You'll see all the points, so you can get a sense of what it looks like. It's hard to see the points right now. Alright, so let me show you in hidden line mode. Alright, so that's what it looks like. So there's all the points that I created. I'm going to put one in here, another one just right there. Alright, so now what that's doing is it's going to constrain the topography so that from the edge to this point it's all going to be one elevation, and then from this edge to this side of the topography it's all going to be the same. It's going to be the same elevation. Now I'm going to place points that have an elevation that's lower than the topography. The topography is all at 0, 0. Now I need, if you went into the river and swam down to the bottom, that's where the land is. So I need to put points that represent the bottom of the river. I'm just going to set this to minus 15 feet, just guessing. So, alright, minus 15. And now I'm going to put it back to wireframe so I can see the river. Minus 15, enter. Alright. Wireframe. Now it keeps typing it in that box. Let me just click on it down here and that'll fix it. Alright. So I'm just placing these down the middle of the river, right in the middle, starting from the edge, just like I did with the other points. Just put one there, and I'll show you what it looks like in hidden line. It's going to look like that. And I don't have to see these. I guess I can just do it in this hidden line mode. So I'll put one there, there, there. This line's going right down the middle. What I'm doing is imagining the center line of the river. And that completes it. So now I click finish. look at it in 3D and you'll see what you have. So it doesn't look like much because there's not a big change. If you want to make it a little more drastic, you could add points that are, so you can make the edge steeper, because what it's doing is it's going from zero from here all the way down at a constant slope down to the middle, which is negative 15 feet. But if I want it to be more of a flat bottom, and I'll show you what that looks like. Let me draw a section through here. So if I want, so right now what it looks like is like this. It starts at zero over here, slopes down slowly at a constant slope all the way down to the bottom, which is negative 15 feet. If I want it to be more flat towards the bottom, I could just add some more points in there. And let me do that. So I'll click on the topo surface, edit surface, place point. Let's say it's going to be, I don't know, negative 8 feet. And then I'll hit enter, and then I'll put those kind of closer to the edge, to this edge. Just go along. Kind of. I'll do it on the other side also. So I'll finish it. I can look at the section, see what it looks like. So again, it gives me a little bit of a flatter bottom. You know, it kind of gently slopes from this point down to the bottom. So now that's pretty much completes it. If you want to add the water, the way that I would do the water is just make another topo surface that is a little bit below the 0,0. Make it down, make it maybe 1 foot below, and place it overlapping with this one, and you will see the two of them kind of intersecting each other. So massing in sight, new topo surface, elevation is negative, let's say negative 6 inches. And then just make it so it overlaps that one. I'm just doing 4 points and that's it. I could make that one be material that is water. Let me just make a new material real quick. Create new material. Rename it water. Click on the opens and close asset browser button down here. Type water. Look over here. It says liquid. Double click on liquid. Select the one that I want. Probably just Murky River. Double click on it. It adds it to my material. So there's water. Water has that. Change the graphics over here in the graphics tab. Change that to use render appearance. Click apply. Click OK. And if I look at it in shaded mode, you'll see that that's the river. It's kind of ugly. I'm going to change that shaded color of that from that material. I'm going to change it not to brown, but I want it to be. I'm going to use a different one. Water, water, liquid, let's do Clear Lake, I guess. Alright, let's see what graphics are. The graphics are not that good. I'm going to change that color of this. Make it more kind of blue, maybe a little darker. Okay. So what I have is blue and brown. Change this to shaded. So you can see it kind of, there's one topo surface here, and then there's another one, and they intersect each other. If you look at them in section, I'll close that. Let me look at the section. So here's one topo surface, and there's the other one. It's back there. Let me change this. Edit. So change the material. It's showing the section material as earth. I'm going to change this. Click on that. Click on water. Oh, no, there's no surface pattern there. So interesting. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. But that's the extent of it. So you place points that define the edge, and then you place points that define the bottom. That's the extent of it.